This is what the puck is going on. No intro music tonight. I had the speaker in another room. Figure we'll just go ahead and get started here and see what we have going on here in the state of the NHL playoffs. Man, it's really tight for the most part here across the board here on Monday, April the 24th. We are just after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. I am Stephen Murray. This is what the puck is going on, and we have face-off coming up at Madison Square Garden in less than 1 hour now. It's with the Devils and the Rangers. That series 2-1 in favor of the Rangers. Other games tonight as well. We have the Maple Leafs 2-1 up on Tampa. Also later on at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Vegas Golden Knights 2-1 lead as they are in Winnipeg again, and the Avalanche 2-1 lead in the series there with Seattle in Seattle tonight. So no one's sweeping the board there. And then if we go into the other series here, we have Islanders and Hurricanes tomorrow night. That is going to be Game 5. Carolina is up 3-1. The Wild and the Stars are tied at 2 games apiece. That will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m., we have the Kings and the Oilers. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Off tomorrow night is Boston and Florida, but they will resume their Game 5 on Wednesday night up at TD Garden in Boston. The Bruins lead that series 3-1. So the Bruins, we left off on Friday with them needing to have a big weekend. Florida with a very nice win up there in Boston. So how would the Bruins fare on the road in Florida? And you know what? They did well. They passed the test. They were up 3-1. It looks like they were in complete control of that series. So disaster averted over the weekend for the Bruins. The Avalanche, they seem to have gotten their act together after falling down 1-0 to Seattle. We'll see them later tonight as they have now won 2 in a row. The Rangers had the Devils on the ropes. Overtime. How about all the overtime games we've had here in the playoffs as well? But the Rangers with the Devils on the ropes. The Devils able to respond with the overtime winner there Saturday night. We watched a lot of hockey over the weekend. So we're really got a good feel on all these games. And these series are really tight. No one is going to sweep. I thought we could see some sweeps here in round 1, but we will not have any kind of sweep here in the first round of the playoffs. So that's pretty good. I can't remember the last time I've seen any kind of best of 7 in like the NBA or the NHL, really. Baseball doesn't have as many series. They have less. But when's the last time we haven't seen a sweep in an opening round? I feel like there's always at least one. But we will not have that this year in the NHL. Maple Leafs. Once they look like their back was against the wall, losing decisively at home against Tampa Bay, they've responded nicely with 2 games in a row wins. The Golden Knights, how about them? They blow 3-goal lead on Saturday to the Jets. They respond by winning in overtime. So back against the wall after blowing the big lead, they now have 2-1 game series lead there. And let's see, anything else to kind of talk about with these series? The Hurricanes in complete control. They can clinch at home with the Islanders. That was a close game the other night, but the Islanders with 4 late goals to win 5-1 over Carolina. It was 1-1 with just a few minutes left, and the game ends up 5-1. So bad beat there if you had the under in that game. In fact, we have a lot of overs happening in these hockey games lately. Wild and Stars, that has all the makings of a 7-game series, and so does the Kings and the Oilers. And we have had a ton of overtime games. Let me see if I can just rewind real quick. I'm just interested to see that stat myself. Let's see, 1 overtime game on Saturday. I think we had 3 on Saturday, so that takes us up to 4. On Friday night, we had 1. That's 5 overtime games. On Thursday night, we did not have an overtime game. Wednesday night, we had 1 overtime game, 6 overtime games. Tuesday night, we had no overtime there. That was the night of all the blowouts. And then Monday night, I think we actually started off with a couple overtimes, right? Those 2 late games. Yes. So 8 overtime games so far here in the first week. That's pretty good. We're averaging over 1 overtime game a day. All right, let's go ahead and look at the futures and see where those lie. And then we'll get into the games as we see them here in a few minutes. So NHL futures. Of course, I should have this stuff ready. But a long, busy Monday here, and we're just kind of getting right into the studio without much show prep really to show for it here. Odds to win the conference. Here we go. Right now, Boston Bruins are your favorite at plus 150. Carolina plus 450. Toronto Maple Leafs plus 450. And our Rangers dropped to plus 550. So they were a lot lower odds. Now they're up to 550. They were, I think, 4-1 last week. So a good price there. If you like Jersey or Tampa, you're getting 13 and 16-1, 16-1 respectively. And as things stand with the Panthers and Islanders facing elimination, each of those teams paying 65 and 70-1 respectively to win the West. I'm sorry, the East. In the West, Avalanche is still 2-1. Vegas Golden Knights are plus 350. Edmonton is plus 360. Dallas plus 750 is a good price right now still. 11 plus 1100 for the Wild, I would say, is a good price. The Kings are plus 1400 as a good price. The Jets at 25-1. I don't know if that's good or not. You're getting a big payout. And they can come back and win that series, I think. Less likely to come back and win their series are Seattle. They are 35-1 to win the West. The Stanley Cup odds. Boston plus 240, Avalanche plus 500, Edmonton plus 800. The Leafs are plus 850, Hurricanes plus 950, Rangers 10-1. So that's up from 8-1. I still like that. Rangers still have all the pieces to the puzzle. Golden Knights 10-1, Stars 20-1. Good price there. Devils 24-1, Wild 25-1. The Kings 35-1 is a good price. Tampa Bay 35-1. Winnipeg 70-1. Seattle 80-1. The Panthers 90-1. And the Islanders are 150-1 right now to come back and win the Stanley Cup, down 3-1 here in their current series. All right, let's hit the games up. I still like the Rangers price if you ask me about that. There's still some really nice prices for those Western teams. So dabble at will, people. All right, 4 games tonight. The first one is right in about an hour. 7:10 is the face-off, so we're now just less than 1 hour away, where a few minutes ago when I said that, we were probably a little more than an hour away. But the sands of the hourglass ticking down to face-off here for the Rangers and the Devils. The Rangers a big favorite, minus 170. I'm not sure why this ballooned up so much, even compared to the last game where they lost. That's kind of weird to me. I think the Rangers will win this game tonight. I think New Jersey could have been one of the teams that could have been swept here, but they played well Saturday night, but they only scored 2 goals. You got to think that the Rangers might get a better output tonight. Offensively, we'll say that Schmid has played very well for the Devils, but Shesterkin has been there too. I could see another under game in this game tonight as well, but I like the Rangers. I think they win. I think they probably win in 60 minutes. I don't think they have to get to overtime to win the night. And if you like the Rangers on the 60-minute line, Then you will get, let's see, where is it at? 60-minute line. 60-minute line. Here we go. Minus 110 for the Rangers. I think that's fair. I'm looking to lay maybe a puck or two, though, with the Rangers. You can get a nice payout. Remember it now. I've been saying it all weekend. I've said it to Anthony, the Ant-Man. I've said it to nephew Dave. I've said it to you guys. In the playoffs, they were pulling these goalies like crazy. In fact, last night in the – which game was it? Was it the Dallas game? I think it was the Dallas game where they were up by three goals with a minute left, and there was still an empty net on the other side. Easy fourth goal goes in, so they cover minus 3.5 pucks. So know that these teams are pulling the goalies emphatically when they are down. If they're down a couple of goals, you'll see the goalie come out late, and there really, really is a good chance always to cover that minus 2.5 or minus 3.5. The Rangers tonight, minus 2.5 or plus 255, and minus 3.5 plus 630. And that's a little bit less than what it was the other night. The Rangers the other night did cover a minus 3.5 at plus 1100. I think that was on Thursday night. So I'm going to look for the Rangers to win this game, and they'll go into New Jersey with a chance to clinch here in a couple nights. I think Thursday night would be the turnaround game for Game 5. All right, the Leafs and the Lightning, they'll play one more time in Tampa before this series returns up north. But can the Leafs, same thing, can they get this big Game 4 on the road here at a minus 114 favorite and take it up to Toronto with a 3-1 lead with a chance to clinch the series? I think that they can. They can win what was really a hard-fought game there in Tampa. This whole series has been very, very physical, a lot of fights. We may see some more fights tonight for sure. Tampa Bay, I think they got screwed. We had that boarding penalty on Riley that was overturned. So they basically took a 5-minute major penalty off of the books, and Riley comes back in the game and scores 2 goals, including the game winner. So the Lightning with a bad taste in their mouth with the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs. I would expect fights tonight. I would expect a physical game. And if Tampa can't keep their cool, then I'm going to favor Toronto for sure. In fact, I took Toronto before the series. So if that's the case, I'm going to take them again tonight. Nephew Dave has a pick on this too. He likes Tampa Bay, the one at home. He also likes the Rangers. But I'm going to take the Leafs here. And in fact, there you go again. If you can get a 1 or 2 goal lead and get a goalie pool situation, you're going to get some good numbers on an alternate puck line. And the Leafs minus 2.5 or plus 330 and minus 3.5 or plus 830. Now you can get all these goals at the end to cover these puck lines because they are pulling these goalies out early and often when they face a deficit on the losing side. Okay, 940. Vegas is at the Jets, minus 118, minus 120, somewhere in that neighborhood for the Knights. The Jets, a flat line at home. Vegas has been good. They've been impressive to me. I'm eating my words big time on the talent of Vegas. Winnipeg, they're a decent team. They have a good goalie, but I just think Vegas is better here. I'm kind of turning my tune here. I like the Jets before the series, thinking they could pull the upset here, but Vegas, I think, looks like the better team from what I've seen watching the games anyway. 5.5 maybe too low. I feel like they've scoring goals here, and they got 9 goals the other day on Saturday in the same Winnipeg arena. So maybe an overplay here would be something I would look at. Goalies for this game are going to be Hellebuck for sure. He's played more than any other goalie in the league. And we're going to get Brosseau, Lawrence Brosseau, the former Winnipeg Jet, will be again between the pipes here for the Golden Knights. Maybe a no play for me at the end of the day, but I think the Jets are going to wear out sooner than later, and Vegas is going to inevitably win the series. I think 4-2. The Jets may get one more win, but I think Vegas will go ahead and take this and advance to the next round. Okay, I'm going to expect Colorado to win in Seattle tonight. This is my favorite play, -156 for the Avalanche. I think you can take a -1.5 at +158 as well. And again, if they're pulling goalies out, then there's always a chance to cover alternate puck lines. +265 is -2.5, and -3.5 is +680 for the Avalanche. Nephew Dave likes the Avs as well, so he's on them. He also took, who else did he like? He liked in the Jets game. This effing phone, man. It's always something. That's why we go live, right? Just for fun stuff like this. All I'm trying to do is simply confirm what Nephew Dave liked, and yet the screen goes to dark every time. Let's see here. Nephew Dave plays tonight. Rangers, Lightning, Jets, and Avs. So he's going to take the Jets. I feel better about Vegas myself, and we both like the Avalanche in this game. The 60-minute line here is +100. So just a flat fee if you like the Avalanche to win straight up in regulation. I think that they can do that. And the goalies listed for this game are right now, let's see, Philip Grubauer and Georgiev are the goalies as well. Georgiev for the Avalanche. Okay, what do we have on deck for tomorrow night? Let's look at the games there. And I guess we can talk about the Bruins and the Panthers. I'm going to Bruins to clinch at home on Wednesday. I'll think that series will be. I figured that had a chance to sweep anyway. Since they survived the red alert in South Florida, we'll give the Wednesday night game for the Bruins, and the Panthers will give that to the favor of the Boston Bruins. Allergies just about out of the air. It'll be good when they finally leave this great state of Virginia. Get our voice fully back here. Let's see here. Games on Tuesday. Okay, Islanders are at the Hurricanes. The line for the Hurricanes is -156, +130. We'll look at the Hurricanes to win that game. The Wild and the Stars. We'll give the home ice advantage to Dallas there, -146. We'll expect them to win that game. The Kings and Oilers is a toss-up the way that I see it, but maybe an over. I feel like these teams are starting to gear it up on offensively and put some pucks in the back of the net. So maybe over 6.5 in that Kings-Oilers game. And that's just it. That's it. 3 games tomorrow night. And then that 4th game, Boston and Florida, will be on Wednesday. The line there right now is Boston -225. Okay, so good value on the Rangers still in the East for futures, Stanley Cup and Eastern Conference. Also in the West, you have great numbers on Dallas, great numbers on Minnesota, great numbers on the Kings still. So any of these teams can actually get there. I think it's wide open here in the West for sure. Maybe a little bit tighter in the East, but I can't say the Boston is going to be a complete runaway with it either. So I think there are good prices in both the East and the West that we can pounce on. As far as the games go, we'll expect basically the chalk to do its thing, the Rangers to win, the Leafs to win. I like the Golden Knights and the Avalanche. So that's all 4 favorites. In fact, I like the 2 favorites tomorrow night as well with Dallas and Carolina. What is that 6? If we go all chalk on the parlay, just straight up, that 6-game parlay pays 24-1 if we like all those teams. Okay, interesting. May have to dabble with that somehow. But the puck line is where it's at, people. Don't think it's crazy that these teams can't win by 2 or 3 goals or even 4 goals, because once they get down, they're pulling that goalie early, and That is adding to a lot of goals late. We've seen a lot of bad beats on these over-unders with all these goalies getting pulled and these teams able to rack up extra goals down the stretch to cover puck lines, to cover overs, and to cash in some big tickets. Okay, that will do it for us. Programming for the rest of the week. Let's see, we'll do a rugby show on Wednesday. We need to get another alien show back on here. We need to get an episode 4. That's going to be happening sooner than later. A couple guests somewhat lined up, need to cement those in stone. Maybe we'll get one on this week with an alien show. If not, hopefully by next week. And we will come back on Friday with the Friday Soccer Paycheck, 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The weekend edition of the playoffs of What the Puck is Going On, 6 p.m. on Friday as well. And the round robin is going to be coming back. How about that? Our Sunday football show. We're going to let the draft happen. We're going to do a post-draft show reaction, and we're going to talk NBA playoffs as well. We'll do a special round robin. We'll get the Ant-Man in here. We'll see if we can get Nephew Dave in for that, and we'll have Dave Del Grande on from the West Coast as well. I'll talk to him over the weekend. His wife's enjoying the wine that we got her. So all is good in Napa Valley with Del Grande. All right, guys. Good luck on your tickets tonight. We'll look for the chalk to do its thing. Maybe they can win by extra goals and get us some nice tickets. All right. Good luck. Everyone have a good night.